What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Gold and Silver Virtual Console tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get a Shiny Ditto that we can use to breed for increased 1 in 64 Shiny odds. Now to get started, we're going to need access to two different 3DSs, one of which will have a Gen 1 game, Red, Blue, or Yellow, and the other will have a Gen 2 game, Gold or Silver, and we'll be trading back a Shiny Pokemon from Gold and Silver to Gen 1. Now the best way to do this, obviously, is with the guaranteed Shiny Gyarados that you can get in Lake of Rage. But if you have another shiny, that'll work too. If you don't have access to a second 3DS, you will not be able to use this method. However, you still can breed for increased shiny odds if you breed with that Gyarados and go into different egg groups and chain breed off from there, increasing the Pokemon that you can breed with. I would, however, recommend just shiny hunting naturally for a Shiny Ditto, because Shiny Ditto is way easier to use than different Pokemon. And this is because when you breed shiny Pokemon, or when you try to breed Pokemon in Gen 2, the egg that you're hatching will take its stats from the parent of the opposite gender that it is. So if you hatch a male Pidgey, it will take its stats, or its DVs, which stand for diversification values, which are similar to IVs, however they range from 0 to 15 instead of 0 to 31, from the opposite gender parent. So if you hatch a male Pidgey, those stats came from the female parent. However, when you breed with Ditto, all of the stats of the hatched Pokemon always come from Ditto. And this is really helpful because if your Ditto is shiny, you'll have an increased chance, approximately 1 in 64, that the child is shiny as well. Now, this happens because DVs determine different things about the Pokemon. It determines the gender, the shininess, as we mentioned, and the hidden power type and strength. So when you breed Pokemon, stats that are passed down are defense is always passed down, and special, which they split special into two different stats, attack and defense. However, they still share one DV. Now, special is only inherited 50% of the time. Defense is always inherited, while speed and attack are generated completely randomly. HP is based off of the other stats in a formula that will either put the HP of the shiny Pokemon at 0 or 8, depending on the other stats. Now, the reason it is way more likely to find a shiny is because there are about 8 or 9 different stats for attack, or values for the attack stat, that can be allowed for a shiny Pokemon to exist. So it's way easier than it seems. Numbers are complicated. I just want to show you a little bit of as to how shininess is actually determined and why this glitch actually works. So as the actual glitch goes, we'll be using our Shiny Gyarados to give our Shiny Gyarados' stats to a wild Ditto, and then catch that Ditto and breed with it. So that said, we're ready to actually get into it, and to start, once you trade your Gyarados or Shiny Pokemon over to your Gen 1 game, you're going to want to go to Celadon City and go to the Celadon department store. Okay, now that we're on yellow version, we'll check out our Gyarados. We can see it's the same Gyarados I just traded over. It'll have the OT from my silver version. And we'll head into Celadon City's department store. We'll head up to the 4th floor to the guy that sells a Pokédoll. We'll buy exactly one of these and promptly exit the building. After that, we will be able to fly over to Saffron City, where we will head up approximately 2 rows, and head upstairs and talk to the copycat. She will give you TM31, which contains Mimic for the Pokédoll we just purchased. You will immediately teach it to Gyarados and head over to the destination where you want to hunt Ditto. I'll be using, like I said before, Pokemon Mansion on Cinnabar Island in Pokemon Yellow, because it gives me a nice little Ditto that I can easily capture and outspeed with my Gyarados. So once you find your Ditto, it will be super simple to do this glitch. Here we have our Ditto, and what we want to do is, since we outspeed, we have to use Mimic, and Mimic allows us to take a move from his set and add it to ours. As you can see, we can choose Transform, and that's the move we will pick. And if your Ditto, the wild Ditto, outspeeds your Gyarados, it will transform into your Gyarados, then only have the move that you had, and Mimic it won't have Transform, which is why you need Outspeed. You can go ahead and just either use an item or spam Transform until the opposing Ditto transforms into your Gyarados again. Once it transforms the second time, you can go ahead and capture it, and that'll be the conclusion of the glitch. So As you can see, Ditto does in fact transform again. It transforms into Gyarados. At this point, Ditto transformed into Gyarados for the first time and copied your stats, the actual stats, so your attack stat, your special stat, etc. When it transforms a second time, the game tries to further the transformation. It's essentially transform even better. So it's going to copy your physical stats, your DVs, and therefore make it a shiny Ditto, because DVs are all the same for the shiny Pokemon. Not all shiny Pokemon have the same DVs, however, the DVs correspond to being shiny, so therefore the Ditto itself will be shiny. We'll transfer over our Ditto back from yellow, and as you can see, it is in fact a shiny Ditto. Super simple, super easy to do, and that is the end of the tutorial. I'm going to leave you with some live clips of me hatching a shiny Ditto, and I will see you guys later. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you have any questions or concerns, I will try my best to answer them. Make sure you leave a comment below, and I will try to help as best I can. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a great day. You think so, Shiny Luck? I hope so. Hopefully your name's appropriate, and in these next 5 eggs we'll have a shiny. What's going on, geek? Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're just having a nice laid-back egg hatching session here tonight before we get into some speedruns. Actually, I just realized I was using my speedrun layout for this thing. The window to the right is supposed to be the timer. But I guess I should kind of alter that for Gen 2 to do like something. I don't know, it's just kind of a black box sitting there. It's kind of an eyesore. Should fix that. That's where all my hopes and dreams are. It's written in invisible ink. I really hope they do Gen 3 Virtual Console, because as of right now, Gen 3 is the only game that doesn't have access to Pokemon Bank. I don't really count Oris, so... I mean, technically they do, but it's the only, like, actual game. Not generation, but actual games that don't have access. Gen 1 and Gen 2 both have access. And obviously Gen 4 and Gen 5 do as well. Is there a certain Mon with moves that can get shinies? Technically, yes. And I'll tell you why. In Generation 1, you can use Ditto's Transform to get shinies. And the way that's done is, if you take a shiny from Generation 2, and you trade it back to Generation 1, and then you teach it Mimic, you can use Mimic on the Ditto and learn Transform. And then once your Pokemon knows Transform, the Ditto that transformed into you will know Transform. Then it transforms into you while it's already transformed into you, and once it does that, it changes the Ditto's stats to match your Pokemon stats. And since shininess is based off of stats, you can then catch the Ditto and transfer it to Gold and Silver, and it'll be a shiny Ditto because your Pokemon was shiny that it copied. And then you can use that Ditto to breed shiny Pokemon at a higher rate, which is what we're doing now. And that's how we're going to get Togepi eventually. Which rival battle? Oh, that's cool, Geek. I hope you enjoyed that series. I had a lot of fun with that one. I have to scroll up in the chat a little bit because I was talking about the Ditto thing. Oh, yeah. That rival battle is actually super hard. I don't know if it's harder than the... Actually, it's not really that hard. Things in Gen 1 aren't really that hard. It's more of a hope you don't get crit or hope you don't miss. Oh, there's our shiny Togepi! Let's go! Shiny Luck was right. Within the next 5 eggs, we got our shiny Togepi. That is amazing.